And we have returned. You're listening to CSC Talk Radio. If you want to join me, if you have something you want to talk about, not free for all, but regarding the emotional state of this nation and where your heart is. Now, I understand we're all different ages. We're all coming from different places. I live in a flyover state, totally different from living in Florida or New York or Maryland or D.C. Or the state of California or Montana. It's different. But it takes all of us to make these 50 states. And while we can not like things that are being legislated, while we can disagree on things, it's gone beyond that. It's way farther than that. Now, the fictitious story of Nolan. It said Nolan not only longed for his beloved country, this was after years. He spent his life out on the boat now. He became a devoted man of God. He found strength and comfort reading and studying his Bible. 56 years, the man without a country lived on a vessel at sea. He had a lot of time to study and to ponder. He became a type of mentor to the younger men, and they respected him. When he was breathing his last, he begged to hear and know what had become of the United States. Fulfilling a dying man's request, his friend attempted to bring him up to date. Nolan asked for his prayer book and requested his favorite. For ourselves and our country, O gracious God, we thank thee, that notwithstanding our manifold transgressions of thy holy laws, thou hast continued to us thy marvelous kindness. Instead of love for a country, we the people, here right now, have developed love for money. We are a greedy people. We want what we want, and we don't think about the future generations. So we seem to be content to be slaves to socialism, to have the government in charge. I went on in this article to even talk about the trade. We were fine and dandy with the trade if it suited us. If you could make another dime, another buck, turn another buck. But it ended up crashing on us, as we were told it would. We were warned by Ross Perot. We're going to hear that sucking sound in all the jobs in America. Hanoi Jane. She said, I will go to my grave regretting that, talking about her behavior during the Vietnam War. Yet, she is still fighting this country with her communist ways. So she doesn't really regret it. She regrets what it did to her what do you call it? Her reputation. But when she's telling people in a speech, we have to get in the streets, nobody should work, we should shut down the country, just shut it down, if President Trump fires Mueller. Are they truly clueless of the truth? Can they not see the setting up of a man they did not want to win an election, yet the people voted him in? You can say, now, Beth, it was the Electoral College. Yes, it was, but that is the people. He won the majority of states. That's what that's about. That's protecting the flyover states. That's protecting the areas that aren't huge, big cities, so that they could dictate over the farm, over the ranch, over other things. Lie after lie after lie, and they keep coming. There's a letter from some woman that she refuses to sign. She signed it Jane Doe. You cannot. When people send letters to me and emails to me and they refuse to put their name on them, I don't look at them. I trash them. So if you're one that is doing that, I'm not looking at them. I'm trashing them. If you aren't woman enough, man enough to stand behind your words, I'm not going to put anything to them. I'm not going to give them any credit. A Man Without a Country was a fictitious story about a man who cursed his country. He was young and impressionable. And he regretted it. But in that penalty, the most important thing really was not that he grew to love his country, but he grew close to God. God and country. For those Boy Scouts out there, those Girl Scouts, I don't know if they still have that badge that you have to work for, God and community, God and country. How much are you willing to sacrifice for your nation? What's going on right now can only be stopped by we the people. I said yesterday it's time to take out the trash. I have 5, it says 5, but there's really more than 5 of these senators that Kavanaugh is on his, whether he gets confirmed or not, or in the laps of these people. 3 of them are Republicans, at least in name. Susan Collins of Maine, Lisa Murkowski of Alaska, and Jeff Flake of Arizona. Jeff Flake has nothing to lose, and the other 2 are not up for re-election just yet. Then there are 2 Democrats, but there are really more than 2 Democrats, so I'm not sure what they're saying here. Heidi Heitkamp, who is up for election in North Dakota, and right now she's behind in the polls. If you pay attention to the polls, she's 10 points behind. And Joe Manchin III of West Virginia. But there is another Democrat, and that is Missouri Claire McCaskill, who has already vowed, regardless, that she will vote against Brett Kavanaugh. So I guess it's not in her hands because she's already made her vow. But the people of Missouri, the people of North Dakota, the people of these states, Arizona, Alaska, Maine, West Virginia, you need to make your voices heard. All the Democrats, all the Republicans need to know we're sick and tired of their charades, their donkey and elephant circus show that they put on all the time. We're sick and tired of it. They're wasting time, they're wasting taxpayer dollars, and they're getting rich. 202-224-3121. If you're not willing to make your voice heard, you're condemning your children, your grandchildren, and your great-grandchildren to socialist slavery. And it's that plain and simple. So it is up to you, it's up to me, it's up to us to make those phone calls, to make those contacts, and bring America home.